Justin terrorists kidnapped 80 children in Zamfara state. The terrorists kidnapped at least 80 children on Friday morning during a fresh operation in the Safi local government area of Zamfara state. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people. Thanks for your love, your like, your subscription. If this is your first time of joining us on this channel, hit the subscription button, the like button, share button, and also on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to take it. Oh yeah, let me take you to the news proper. Just pay rapt attention so that you will hear the full gist of what happened here and why the terrorists are attacking the Zamfara state. Terrorists kidnapped at least 80 children on Friday morning during a fresh operation in the Safi local government area of Zamfara state. This was confirmed to BBC Hausa by the parents of the victims, who revealed that the children were between the ages of 12 and 17. They added that the victims were in the bush fetching firewood at about 8 a.m. when the terrorists rounded them up and marched them away into the forest. As of the time the BBC reported the kidnapping, the abductors had yet contacted the parents in order to make any demands. Bandit activities in Zamfara has not stopped despite several government interventions to stop them. Hundreds of school children have been kidnapped and some have been released after a ransom have been paid. For instance, Sahara reporters in March how a divisional police officer DPO of a division in the Meru local government area of Zamfara state, a sergeant and one vigilante were killed when bandits attacked the headquarters of the local government area. It was gathered that when the DPO of the local government area, identified as Kazim Rahim, received the information about the attack, he mobilized his men and some local government vigilantes to repel the bandits. The DPO, a sergeant identified as Rabiu Bagobiri, and one vigilante identified as Sheu Chuka were killed during the counter-offensive. Confirming the tragic incident, the Zamfara State Police Public Relations Officer SP Mohammed Shehu had said police authorities in the state were currently in Maru for an on-the-spot assessment. Yes, as it stands now, it looks as if the business of kidnap and the rest of them have become a lucrative one in Nigeria, because the business of kidnap has been thriving, and I think that came into limelight and become a very lucrative business when the government started partnering with the kidnappers. When I mean partnering with the kidnappers, when the government started striking deals with the kidnappers, deals like we'll release your men, you will give us this. And when the people saw that the government were complying and following orders, due to maybe the government wanted to save the lives of their citizens, they now took the business of kidnapping as a lucrative business, and since then it has been a business, especially at the area of Zamfara. So now you can see that while the government was trying to preserve those who were kidnapped to protect their life, many other people have lost their life, and those who has lost their life are even, the number has muchly increased more than those the government were trying to save, and the victims of this kidnap are increasing daily. Of course, look at what just happened in Zamfara state. About 80 children were kidnapped. But the question is, how do these people make their movement? How do they make their moves? I think the government need to, look into these matters, look into how these people operate. Where do they come from? Who is their leader? How do they manage to penetrate the state that way? Of course, I know that there are police barracks, there are army barracks, civil defense, and the rest of them, and other paramilitaries, and even local securities that were established by the villages. And even as at this a heavy security jam, these people still have their way. They still penetrate the areas of Zamfara and always make away with their victims. Now, these people did not kidnap only one person. It is about 80 persons. So that is to say that the boss that came for this mission should be maybe something like a coastal boss, or maybe a very big boss that came for this operation, because for you to be able to kidnap about 80 children or thereabout, I think this might not be a just 1 hour operation. It must have lasted for 1 hour. So I think the government should know what they are doing. Let the government not to be, striking deals with these kidnappers. Yes, we know that lives will be lost, but I think that the government should sweep into action immediately in order to rescue these young ones. Because the more you try to settle these kidnappers, because they know that when the lives of their victims are in jeopardy, that the government will respond to their call and try doing what is best for them in order to release the victims, who are also the citizens of Nigeria. The more these people increase in their heinous atrocities. It has become a business in the nation. It has become a business in Nigeria, the business of kidnap. The other time in the southeastern side and also in Lagos State was somebody like Shina Rambo, and also the kidnapper Kingpin Evans, who made billions from his business. So I think these kidnappers also should realize that, as the saying goes, that every day is for the owner and one day is for the owner. Every day is for the thief and one day is for the owner of the house. So even as these people are doing their heinous act, perpetrating their evil, let them still remember that one day it will be their turn to pay. Because what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. So I think the police should also, the government should also try to, provide more arms for the police and the army also, and also good vehicles, maybe good protected vehicles, in order for them to be able to, attack these people, because these security officials end up losing their lives during some of these attacks. Of course, when these people wanted to repel the attack, about two of their one policeman and also a security man were killed by the bandits. So this is very bad. It is becoming uncalled for in Nigeria, that the business of kidnap just happens, and it has become a normal thing, because now, before, it was like an anathema. If you say in Nigeria that somebody has been kidnapped, it was like an anathema. It was like something people have not heard before. But as it stands now, the issue of Nigeria, when you hear kidnap, it looks like as if is what just happened. It's just like that. We know that it happens. It does not even make meaning to the people again, because that word has become familiar in the people's ear. The ears of the masses has become familiar with that word, kidnap. So I think the government should try their best in order to quench these heinous atrocities that are being committed by kidnappers in Zamfara, or terrorists in Zamfara. And also, there is this saying that it is the rat at home that told the one in the bush that there is meat in the basket. So somebody, somewhere, somehow must have been there giving these people intel, also letting them know when the police operatives are not around, because there is this saying that among every 12 there is always a Judas. So I think there has been a Judas among the government officials, even the police, who usually inform these people at the right, to know the right time to come. So it is now the work of the government to try their possible best to find a way. Also, the community should also work with the government in order to be able to secure their community. I think the government should also provide maximum security in order to save the lives of these citizens, because those who reside within the geographical territory of that Zamfara state has suffered a lot in the hands of terrorists and kidnappers also. Still remember that you are on Emissary News. If this is your first time of joining us on this channel, hit the subscription button, like button, the share button, and also on notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We'll collect them. God bless you for listening.